I miss Kada, a double monster this summer league, right? He's playing 25 to 30 minutes a game. He's getting blocks. He's getting steals. He's feasting on the glass. His stat line tonight: 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Let that sink in, right? Kind of just soothe in your mind. Just think about that for a second. Didn't get injured. 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist for Kada. So let's go over my main slate lineup where I missed by a couple of points in GPPs thanks to the Kada 11 fantasy points. Now here's the funny thing. In high stakes, literally everyone had the same lineup. So going into before that Sacramento game, everyone had Harper, Butler, Plowden, Jones, Banton, Caboclo. There was like a group of 20 people of the 37 had the exact same lineup. Now it kind of came down to there with 2 spots left. Everyone knew the optimal was Kada and Gillespie, right? So it kind of came down to, all right, are we going to stay? Or are we going to pivot, right? So who's going to pivot off? It's kind of like you're playing mind games, right? And with Banton, kind of subpar game, people made some pivots. But yeah, definitely mind games there. I ended up keeping it. And again, missed by a couple points. But wow, Kada he would have been 100% owned too. The few people that faded him pivoted off when we all had the same lineup, right? I was debating a Trey Man Diabate pivot. And that would have gotten, I think, second place in this tournament. I really like Trey Man once I got Giddey ruled out news. But I didn't pull the trigger on it. A little bit annoyed about not doing it, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, it was funny. Kada was literally 100% owned, and then a couple people pivoted off because we all had the same lineup. Now in lower stakes, not so much, right? The Pelicans were the guys that I was hammering home once we got that starting lineup, that they were the key to the slate. Those value plays. So Jones, Plowden, absolute smashes. Harper, again, they were all like 100, like high stakes. People know what they're doing, right? And then yeah, so the Kada, I mean, again, a normal game from Kada, and I'm having a big night on the main slate, but did make it back and more on the late slate. Lost by a couple points here. First place had Braun, who went for like a triple double, like 3 steals and blocks. A little bit tilted about that, but yeah, in the late slate, also Peyton Watson missed 2 free throws at the end. That cost him another $100, so that was cool. But this is the late slate lineup: Winston, Watson, Highsmith, Orlando Robinson, Bassey, who got benched. Charles Bassey got benched. So if he didn't get benched, also again, so Smart, Brantley, and Gillespie. So overall, it was a profitable day for me on DraftKings. Again, a normal game from Kada, and this is a phenomenal day for me. So 1 point, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Let me repeat that again. Basically 100% owned in high stakes. How, right? How is that possible? But all right, let's talk about the main slate here. We got 4 games. So if you guys are interested in the early slate breakdowns, the updates, starting lineups, projected starting lineups, player pools, live streams, all that stuff, that's over on Patreon, link down below. But let's talk about this 4-game slate, starting off with the Knicks and the Magic. So with the Knicks, we know they've been running a pretty tight rotation. Grimes and McBride, both guys should play around 30 minutes. I think both look good. Grimes probably gets a little bit more ownership. He's been playing a little bit better than McBride, but they both look pretty good at their price points. Jericho Sims also seems pretty safe, assuming he plays. We should get, high 20s minutes. Good rebounder, decent shot blocker, probably going to get you close to double-double. But knowing how Summer League's gone the last couple of days, he'll just go for 1 point, 1 rebound, and 1 assist, and that'll be that. Jeffrey's on the bench, still a little bit too pricey, but of the other starters, Fian Hunt, 6'1", got a little bit of a price bump. Still in play, though. And then Trevor Keels as well has not shot the ball well, but he has also been playing like mid-20s minutes, and this is frozen. Cool. All right. Well, let's move on to the Magic. So Magic last game, Banchero, Hampton were done. And Schofield also rested. So I believe those guys are all going to be out for the rest of the Summer League. Caleb Houston's 8.8K. I mean, he had a really, really bad game. And I warned people, right? That's why I was all over the under on Prize Picks last couple of games for Houston, is just because this guy's scoring dependent. I knew that game one was not going to be him consistently. So with Caleb Houston, again, he's a pretty scoring dependent wing. So more of a tournament play. Xavier Simpson did start last game, did play 26 minutes. He also had 5 steals, so don't know if we can expect that again. But he only shot 3 of 14. I think he's in play. I don't think he gets a ton of ownership. Canada feels a little bit pricey at 8-2. Scoring dependent guard, who I don't know if I want to pay that price for him. Emmanuel Terry's been starting every game at the 5. 24, 27, 28 minutes. Decent rebounder. Again, probably going to get you close to a double-double. I think he's a pretty safe play, unless they switch things up. Let's see. Tommy KUHSE, whatever that is, played 19 minutes. He's only 5'2". Justin James, 4'8". Aleem Ford, 4'6", also have been in the rotation. Aleem Ford, I think, started last game, but in 27 minutes, went for 6 fantasy points. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. But if he starts again, sure, you can go there. Dallas and Milwaukee. So this Dallas team is really pissing me off. We'll get to it in a second. They're really, really pissing me off this rotation. But Hardy's the one guy, him and Lawson, the two guys basically that are getting consistent minutes. Hardy, last game was a massive blowout. Basically, any game the Suns are on the slate, expect a 50-point blowout one way or the other. But yeah, the starters can get the full run. But Hardy should play around 30 minutes. He's been pretty aggressive on the offensive end. Hasn't really had the best shooting games of late, 4-15, but the usage is there. I'm not sure why Locke is that pricey. Moses Wright got a DNP last game. AJ Lawson, the other guy, has been getting relatively consistent minutes. He had a really bad game last game. But other games, 30 and 33 minutes, definitely makes him in play. But this is what I'm talking about here with this rotation. Like, your rookie center in Bingham picks up the start. Play him 12 minutes. What are you doing? Develop your rookies. Playing them 12 minutes. Like, the coaches that run these, 13-man rotations, what are you doing? This is not going to help your rookies. It just doesn't make any sense. Give him more run. So Bingham, decent shot blocker, decent rebounder. Who knows how many minutes he's going to play. Harding had a good game off the bench last game, but that was more of an outlier, I would say. Still, a viable option. Paola started last game. He was bad. The first game he came off the bench and had a decent game. Oni, the guy from the Jazz, has been getting a little bit of run, but not enough for me to feel good about it. Gorham got, not a ton of run. It's hard to trust anyone else in this Dallas roster. And just like I said, they're really pissing me off, these rotations. On the Milwaukee side, Xander Mamukashvili, I don't think we have to spend a ton of time here. Assuming he plays, he's a great spend up. Huchamp, 8-9. More of a contrarian play there. Won't get a ton of ownership. Wigington's been coming out the bench and playing mid-20s minutes. I think he's a pretty safe play. Vildoza started, only played 8 minutes. I'll have to look into that. Not sure if he got injured. It's not like he's been playing a ton of minutes, but only 8 last game. Maybe he got a little bit banged up. I'm not sure there. Hernandez has been starting at the 5, not been playing a ton, though. Rajon Tucker had a really bad first game, but last couple games been a little bit better. Again, the Bucks signed him to a non-guaranteed contract. Cheatham's kind of that energy big coming out the bench. Should play about 20 minutes or so. Definitely in play there for salary relief. And yeah, let's move on to Portland and Houston. So Portland, another team. Outside of a couple guys, you can't trust this rotation. So Watford, Kia Johnson, basically the only guys you can trust minutes-wise. All 3 games, they've been consistently playing around 30 minutes. Both definitely in play at the top. Johnson probably has a little bit of a lower floor. Watford maybe a little bit of higher floor. Both in play. Again, Sharp's out. Williams at 7-7 should play mid-20s minutes. Probably going to get you low to mid-20s fantasy points. It was a little bit pricey. Rookie Jabari Walker had a decent game off the bench in 26 minutes. He's played well when given minutes, so maybe he's a guy that picks up the start here. We'll keep an eye on that if he does. I would like him a little bit better. Greg Brown's minutes have been all over the place. 22, then 11, then 20. Didi Luzada. Who is he bad? I've never seen anyone play. I've never seen someone worse at basketball than Didi Luzada. Who is he ever just horrible? Got a DNP last game. Garza started last game, only played 14 minutes. So, again, who knows what's going to happen with some of these value plays. Kyle Alexander, all I needed was for him to play opening night of Summer League, and I would have had a takedown, but he got a DNP. Next couple nights, he's been very, very good. Again, that's no surprise. But yeah, hard to trust really anyone outside of Watford and Johnson there on the Houston side. So Christopher confirmed out for the rest of the Summer League. Tari Eason, Jabari Smith. Tari Eason's played extremely well. He had that 50 bomb last game. Both these guys can stuff the stat sheet. Both really haven't shot the ball well, especially Jabari Smith. But no Christopher. You would think there's more usage there. Ty Washington should also get a little bit more usage, but he's pricey at 9.4. Deshaun Nix had a good game last game in 31 minutes. Again, a little bit more usage there without Christopher. We'll see. I would guess probably Lamb starts this game. He's been a low usage player. Has really struggled so far. Off the bench, Holman's been back up big, but he's not getting a ton of run. And then Hudgins, probably the only other guy you expect to get decent minutes off the bench at 4.8. All right, Brooklyn and Minnesota. So we're with Brooklyn. They're a team that's running a relatively tight rotation. Again, they got destroyed last game, so the starters didn't get the full run. But we kind of know what's happening here. Cam Thomas, most likely going to play around 30 minutes, most likely shooting around 20 times. Day'Ron Sharpe, probably going to give you a double-double with steals and blocks. David Duke should play mid to high 20s minutes. Probably going to get you, 25 to 30 fancy points. Kessler Edwards has been really bad as well. You would think he'd be more aggressive offensively, but he has really just been standing in the corner. Right now, nothing more than a contrarian option. Raekwon Gray has started the first 3 games, 23, 27, and 20 minutes. Fair play. Again, don't expect a huge game, but if he starts again, you can definitely look there. And then off the bench, there's really not a ton. I mean, maybe you can look at a guy like Alondes Williams, who's played 23, 20, and 16 minutes, but I have a hard time trusting anything off this Nets bench. And finally, Minnesota. Minnesota, another team that is frustrating with its rotations. We'll talk about it. Just like Dallas. Like, stop it, right? Stop playing these deep rotations. Play your young guys minutes. Josh Minott. So, how about that today? Didn't play the first quarter. I assume because he was like late to warm up or something. In 24 minutes, had a decent game. He's a decent point per minute guy in play there at the top. Wendell Moore has been very bad so far in the Summer League. He's 8-3, should play mid-20s minutes. Let's see, what else? Durton picked up the start there for Minott, but again, I expect Minott to start this game. We do have Kevin Harris, who's consistently been playing mid-20s minutes. I think he's fine. Definitely a viable salary relief play there. McCormick's like here, that's what I'm talking about. Play him more. He's a rookie center. Give him more run. But yeah, McCormick, again, decent rebounder, can block some shots. He's 5'1", certainly in play. They have him listed as small forwards, power forward. He's a center. Matt Lewis, again, only played 12 minutes last game, so probably not going to be able to do it. I'll mention Shayak. I think that's how you pronounce his name. 21 and 22 minutes. He had a really good game today. He's only 4.1K. My only issue with this is I think he's going to be popular based on that last game where he had 3 steals and 2 blocks. So don't necessarily know if we can expect that again from him, but if he starts, sure, you can go there. So that is going to wrap it up for the main slate video, guys. I really appreciate everyone's support so far in the Summer League. Hope you guys had a good night. Hopefully we can win some money tomorrow, and I'll see you all in the next video.